All right. Welcome to DCT.
Episode 16. Ben, would you watch a Despicable Me 4?
There is a Despicable Me 4.
Shit. Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't even know there. I thought there was a third one.
I saw it in theaters at
How
the
was it?
ripe age of 24.
Wait, it came out last year?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was all right.
What happened?
They have to go into witness protection.
That got serious very quickly. My God.
Yeah.
Good luck trying to hide that nose.
Good luck, Gru.
Good luck, Gru. That should be the... Oh, that's a good title. Good luck, Gru.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Probably in the marketing somewhere.
They probably lost it. Hot topic. Current event. A lot's happened for the Washington Capitals this weekend.
Carberry.
Carberry wins the Jack Adams.
He does.
Best coach. Beats out Scott Arniel for the Winnipeg Jets.
Second-year coach.
Second-year coach in the NHL. First season, you get into the playoffs. Last team to do it. You get 91 points. It's pretty good. Caps team was not what it should have been back then. You know, even though it was a year ago, that roster was a lot shakier than it is this season. This season, with a revitalized roster, you lead them to number one in the East.
I mean, he goes from last team into the playoffs
To first team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's an incredible turnaround. Hasn't been done in a very long time.
Mm-mm.
I think he's a fantastic coach. He's done it at every level that he's coached at. He's won Best Coach Award in ECHL, AHL. Now he's done it in the NHL. All he's got to do is win the cup.
Now, I want you to be honest with me. Do you think he deserved it over Scott Arniel?
I think Scott Arniel is a great coach, and I do not think Carberry deserved it more than Scott Arniel. I don't think Carberry didn't deserve it, but I don't think he did anything Scott Arniel didn't. People are going to say, well, this Caps team shouldn't have been in the playoffs. That's ridiculous. They were basing that off of last year's roster. Mm-hmm. If you look at what we did in the offseason, I was very confident with what we did in the offseason. Yeah. You got a goaltender that solves your issues. That was our number one issue for years. Samsonov, Vitek, Kemper, they weren't the guys. So you get Thompson, you've already solidified the back end. You get a guy like Chikrin, all these locker room guys that you got. PLD turns out to be a great player for us this season. I think Carberry had a lot more to work with than people think. And I think Winnipeg, yes, they have Hellebuck, who's a fantastic regular season performer. You have guys like, Scheifele, Connor. You have a great team. Morrissey's fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't think either of them were that different. I think it's a toss-up. Carberry just happens to win. I think it's due to the lack of his experience in the NHL. He's a 2-year coach, and to do this as a 2-year coach in the NHL at his age is very incredible. So I think that's why Carberry takes the Jack Adams.
Yeah.
But very excited for him, and I really look forward to seeing him progress. He's got to be better postseason.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he got out-coached the first year. You get swept by the Rangers. They were a much better team. President's Trophy.
Yeah.
But this year, you barely beat Montreal, and you get skunked by Brind'Amour.
That was bad.
Like, you have to find a way to combat that offensive forecheck. They're in your zone every time. Push your forwards out. Make their D go back.
He just didn't make the correct
He didn't make the adjustments in time. So, but still, great coach, and congrats to him.
Speaking of playoff performers,
TJ Oshie. TJ Oshie announces his retirement from the Washington Capitals. Will go down as, in your opinion,
I'd say borderline top 10 cap of all time.
Top 10 cap. I don't think that's crazy. I think it's crazy. I think that's crazy. Oshie's a fantastic player. Probably the best traded cap I can think of. So in my lifetime, the best trade the Caps have made was for TJ Oshie. Most impactful.
Yeah.
That year, that was a big year for the Caps. You moved off some key players then. You got rid of Mike Green. You freed up a lot of cap space, and you bring in a guy like TJ Oshie from St. Louis, who was great in St. Louis, had some injury issues, and just lights it on fire. His first season, I think, was his statistically best season. That or his second season with the Caps. So he was always a dog. He fought so hard in those corners, was great on the power play, opened up that bumper position for the Capitals. Just a huge threat offensively, a really big locker room guy, the guy you just want to have on your team no matter where you are.
I mean, it's hard not to love a guy that had that emotional playoff run.
Yeah, I mean, 26 points in 2018, I think. So, a fantastic player, definitely going to be missed. Glad he's retired. He's had some really rough off-ice injury issues.
Yeah.
It's good for him to focus on his family and his health. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yep.
But a fantastic player and definitely a cap great. So congrats to him on his retirement. It's sad.
It is.
Because Nicky's going, if he's not already gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's going to Sweden, but still, that's tough. It's tough to see.
Yeah.
Now, talking about things that are tough to see. How about them Nationals? The Washington Nationals are in a bit of a skid. We'd predicted about a 500 rate for them this season.
We said just under a 500 record, yeah.
And they're plugging along.
They're looking like a just under 500 record team right now.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's saving them, ironically, which I predicted the opposite of, is their pitching. I mean, you have a West Coast run where you go 38 runs in 4 games.
That's unreal. That's 9.5 runs a game.
Fantastic. But then in the next 7, you score 11 combined.
It's consistency. Their consistency is a huge issue this season.
It's just they're 2-5 in their last 7.
Shut out twice in those last 5 games, too.
And those 2 wins that they had, 2-0. The only reason they win is because they're pitching. Mackenzie Gore, 108 strikeouts this season, 2nd in the league. I think he has the highest strikeout per 9 inning. He's only one guy. I mean, James Wood and him can only carry this team so far. James Wood hitting 270 with 16 home runs. They're both doing phenomenally. Everybody else needs to step up.
Yep.
Dylan Cruz came in, everyone thinking he's going to be great. He's been okay this season. Garcia also looking okay. Lowe's been solid, but not the impact player that we thought he was going to be. So, I don't know.
When you're a team that's struggling to get hits, struggling with the fundamentals and the basics, as a manager, I think it's your duty to switch things up. You got to go in there and change the lineup a little bit. Move guys around, figure something out. You're not doing well. It's not like you're going to affect your record in a negative way more than you are right now.
Yeah.
You got to try to find a way to find a new rhythm to the team, give them a beat, and hopefully find some consistency in some of these players. Get more hits. You can't win a game with 2 runs.
No. Yeah.
So,
which I think Davey Martinez is going to do. He just needs to actually implement it in the correct way.
Yep.
So.
And that's not easy, but hopefully he can find a lineup that works better than this.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see.
Let's get away from sports real quick.
Well, it's kind of sports.
Let's get into fashion.
Let's get into the aesthetic of things.
We are all about fashion, as you can tell. Ben comes prepared every day, looking like a Greek god in these gorgeous tarps, while I look like I just came off the bus. But we try.
Hey, you've got that 9 to 5 going for you.
Look at that haircut, folks. Look at that Benjamin Scott haircut.
Stop.
For $20, a homeless man in Anacostia can do that to you. That is a good look. I like it.
Thank you.
Today, we're going to be ranking all-time jerseys.
Blind rank.
Blind ranking NFL jerseys for you and NHL for me.
Yep.
Do you want to go first? You want to give me these
I'll go
NHL
first.
jerseys?
Yeah. So 1 through 5, you don't know these, what they're going to be.
Don't know the order. Don't know what the jerseys are going to be.
No.
Hit me. Uniforms.
Yeah. First one I've got for you is the classic white Toronto Maple Leafs jersey.
What year? Current white. All right, so they have the good Maple Leaf logo. It's a good jersey. The team's pathetic. It's a good jersey. I'm gonna go 3.
3. Okay, so you're setting your baseline right now.
I'm setting my baseline.
All right. Okay. Next one, another white jersey. It's gonna be the Detroit Red Wings.
2. That is such a beautiful jersey inside and out. The logo's it's just so Detroit. Winged wheel, it's gorgeous.
All right.
So much history too. Ooh, I like that.
Speaking of history, number 3, the red Chicago Blackhawks jersey.
1. Blackhawks have the best jersey in NHL history. The Blackhawks have the best logo. They have the best name. They have the best mascot. They have fantastic fans. Second to DC. I'm going to stand by it. This is a DC podcast. I have to stand by that statement. No, Chicago, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous jersey. Their secondary logo, teams would be lucky to have that as a primary.
Yeah.
It's
hard
gorgeous logo with
hard
the
to argue
Tomahawks. It's the only team that does hand stitching on every single jersey.
Yeah.
That they sell to fans. They hand stitch that logo.
That's
if you buy the
incredible.
Adidas, well now, is it Fanatics?
I think it's Fanatics, yeah.
That's a downgrade.
Yeah.
That's the biggest downgrade since the election. All right. What do we got next?
Next one I got, I'm not going to say a color. It's just going to be any of their jerseys, but Anaheim Ducks.
You're out of your mind. You're not going to give me a... Oh, you're just talking about jersey history of the Anaheim Ducks.
Yeah.
Because they've had such bad jerseys, but they've had some fantastic jerseys. I'm talking eggplant purple.
Yeah.
The gorgeous white, the mighty wing, the leaping goaltender with a duck mask out of the ice.
Isn't that sick?
How much cocaine do they have in Anaheim for these designers? I have to go 4.
Okay.
I have to. No, man, but they've had such bad. No, that's fair. I think that's fair because they've had some really bad jerseys. Their currents are okay now, but I hate the orange colorway that they've done on the old jerseys. And then the D that they said wasn't a D for Ducks, but was also the fin or the foot. It's terrible. 4. If you give me the Caps,
I'm going to give you the white Screaming Eagle.
White Screaming Eagle.
Yeah.
You're a sick son of a bitch. That is, for those of you who don't know, the white Screaming Eagle is the best jersey, in my opinion, second to the Chicago Blackhawks jerseys.
Is it screaming or screeching?
Screagle. Screaming Eagle.
Screaming Eagle, that's what I thought.
Eagles can't scream, by the way, but that's okay. That white jersey, I think of Gonchar. I think of Ovi scoring the goal against the Yotes. It's a gorgeous jersey.
You hate it, apparently.
I can't believe I have to put that at 5. This is why blind rankings are so freaking stupid. Yeah, that's depressing.
Unfortunate, but...
That's depressing. All right, you ready for yours?
Yeah.
All right, I got your NFL jersey rankings, blind ranking.
Yeah.
Number 1, the Tennessee Titans Houston Oilers throwback in the powder blue.
Those are sick.
Are we sticking with powder blue as powder blue?
Yeah.
All right.
It's tough not to put that very high.
That's a great jersey.
It is. You know, I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to establish a baseline.
That's your 3.
That's going to be my 3.
I think that's a good pick.
Let me write these down real quick.
The lime green Seattle Seahawks jerseys. The Color Rush lime green.
4.
You want a Sprite?
Want a Sprite cranberry? No.
You're going 4.
I'm going 4.
Really?
I think you're gonna give me good jerseys, and I do like the lime green. I will say, but it's not.
But you think there's going to be really good jerseys on the
better?
Okay. Ravens all purple Color Rush.
Like this past year?
This past year's with the weird front-on logo for the bird.
Was it like the matte purple kind of?
It was a matte purple look on the helmet. Some people don't like it.
I don't want to put it at 2, but I don't want to put it at 5.
That might be a 5. It's a weird...
I think I'm doing 5. Yeah. I'm sorry. I don't like the matte purple. He's put me in a
Steelers Bumblebee jersey. The black and white stripes of death.
You're a piece of shit, you know.
You putting that too?
I'm putting that at 2.
That's a terrible list. How dare you put the Ravens?
You have the Screaming Eagle at 5.
Dare you put the Ravens at 5? I like the Ravens purple.
I don't.
Really? You like the black?
I don't like the matte purple helmet with the.
I don't like the logo that they picked for that.
No,
the bird head on. I kind of lose it.
So what's my 1?
Bengals white.
I can live with that. Bengals white is
that hot white jersey.
Good looking jersey.
The helmet's fantastic.
Helmet with the claw marks on it combined with all white. You can't beat that, man. The only other one that I like that's similar to that is the Minnesota Vikings one.
All white. That was with the light purple violet hints.
Yep.
That's for me. I got to go Rams. I think Rams have some of the best jersey history,
like
in
the
NFL.
old Rams.
Old Rams.
Yeah.
With the gold and navy. Yeah, dark navy blues.
Yeah.
Those are pretty. Those are nice. All right. I think we have pretty even.
Both of our lists suck.
Well, yes. Yes, they did. Mine was pretty bad. But I like that.
That was fun.
That was fun.
All right. So,
last episode,
we did our Mount Rushmore for the Commanders, and we mentioned that we're going to do all the Washington sports. So we're going to move into our Washington Capitals Mount Rushmore of the 21st century. So
Washington Capitals 21st century Mount Rushmore. Number 1, I have to go Ovi.
Yeah, that's
Ovechkin's the best Washington Capitals to ever lace it up.
Yep.
You know, you got 897 goals, 1,600 plus points. He ranks fourth amongst all NHL players in hits, with I think 1,400 and some hits. I've never seen a more physically dominant perennial goal scorer. You got guys like Gordie Howe and Eric Lindros, if he stayed healthy, that are in that conversation. Even Yager in his time, but Ovi killed him in the Olympics. You got to go Ovi, number one. Number two, the most underrated player of the 21st century, in my opinion, Nicholas Backstrom. 1,033 points.
Most underrated.
1,033 points. A quiet assassin with the puck. Better puck possession, on par with Pavel Datsyuk. Could not take the puck away from him. And when you did, he would stick check you and take it right back.
That's true.
He's got 5 70-plus assist seasons. You know, played through so many injuries. His hip, his wrist in the Cup final. One of the best saucer passers I've ever seen in my life. Just knew where everyone needed to be. An amazing player. Easily Nicholas Backstrom, number two.
Who you got at 3?
Number 3, I have Mike Green.
Over Carlson.
Over John Carlson. I wanted to pick a defenseman. I had to go Mike Green. In my opinion, Mike Green had a bigger impact on the Washington Capitals than John Carlson. A lot of people are going to disagree with that because they're going to look at the longevity of John Carlson.
Yeah.
But if you look at the stats, Green was better in his heyday. He was. Green took over games the way Carlson could not.
So you're going peak over longevity?
I'm going peak over longevity.
Okay.
And Green had a great career. Talk about taking a hit to make a play. He took that to heart. He would get murdered, but he'd make a beautiful pass.
Yeah.
The most offensively talented defenseman I've ever seen, except for Cale Makar. People compared him to Bobby Orr, the way he was scoring back in the day. He had, I believe, a 31-goal season, nominated for the Norris twice, lost to Nicholas Lidstrom and Zdeno Chara, two of the best defensemen to ever do it.
Yeah.
So, and that's back when the Norris Trophy was for being the best defensive player, not for the most points. And by the way, when he was nominated, he had the most points. So, an outstanding player, 74 points that season as a defenseman in a dead puck era. This guy changed the way the blue line was covered. He's fantastic. If he hadn't been dealing with so many concussions, he would have gone down as one of the best Caps.
Yeah.
So I got to go him over Carlson. Carlson's got a great career, but I think Mike Green's he's got like 113 goals, I think, his entire career. He's got like 500 some games played. Carlson's got 1,000 games played and 156 goals. Okay, so you're looking at a 43 goal difference
in 500
in
games.
500 plus games.
Yeah.
So I have to go Mike Green.
Who's your last guy?
My last pick was tough.
I know you really wanted to go one guy.
I wanted to go Alexander Semin. For those of you who don't know Alexander Semin, that's okay. You can just tell us that you started watching hockey when the Caps won the Cup. That's totally fine by me. We're happy to have you. But Alexander Semin was the man. Back in the day, he was compared to Ovechkin. He had a better wrist shot. He had a more unpredictable shot. His accuracy was insane. Ovi is a better one-timer, undisputed. But Alexander Semin was an electric player. If he tried, he would have been right next to Ovi, in my opinion. He's got 400 some points and I believe 500 games. He has a .81 point percentage all time with the Washington Capitals. This guy was fantastic. The best young gun, in my opinion, the most skilled Washington Capital player, more skilled, more God-given talent than Ovechkin.
Oof.
But he didn't try. And that's a huge part of the game. So for that, I can't give him that spot on Mount Rushmore, and I have to go Braden Holtby.
He tried like hell.
Braden Holtby tried every single day of his life. You take away his awards, you take away his Vezina, you take away his cup, I'd still have him up here. You got a .917 save percentage, a .2, I think, 6-1 goals against average. This guy's a beast.
Yeah.
You know, Holtby, he was always there. You look at all of his accolades. You look at the save in the Stanley Cup final. And a lot of people don't talk about this. He wasn't our starting goaltender going into the playoffs.
No,
he had a rough start to the season. Sorry, a rough start to the end of the season, and we put Grubauer in. Holtby didn't let that phase him. When they put him in, when we were down 2-0 against Columbus, he came out there and he was a professional, and he played like the GOAT that he is. And he won us that series. Holtby is an unreal pillar of DC, what he did for the community, what he did for the team, his willingness to stay with Washington after heartbreak. You have to have Holtby on that list.
100%.
I got Ovi, Nicholas Backstrom, Mike Green, and Braden Holtby. That's my Mount Rushmore. And it's tough. There's a lot of guys you want to put on that list.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are going to say Oshie. I like Oshie. but he's not really in that conversation.
No. One great playoff
Kuznetsov
run.
has a better argument
Yeah.
than Oshie. 700 points, he's better than Oshie was.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oshie tried like a dog, but Oshie's closer to Tom Wilson than he is to Yevgeny Kuznetsov. Sorry.
I mean, it's tough because 4 guys in the entire 21st century of these teams.
And you're looking at a Caps team who's had so much talent because they were so bad.
Yeah.
You got to draft incredible talent. You had Peter Forsberg. You traded him right away. But you look at the people that we've drafted. We drafted half of the league's starting goaltenders for like 6 years in a row.
Yeah.
Neuwirth started with Philly. Varlamov went away. All these goalies that we had. Phoenix Copley's still playing around. Kemper now. I mean, we didn't draft Kemper, but all these goaltenders that you did draft.
Yeah.
Grubauer. The Capitals have an amazing system. Hershey's always been a great system. It's hard to not pick more of these players. You want to put Carlson on that list, but Green was that guy. Game over Green.
All right. I like it. I think that's a great mount.
It was tough.
Do we want to move into our hot shot?
I do. For our hot shot, we're doing something non-sports related. For Ben, I got 3 Marvel questions, varying in difficulty from easy, medium to hard.
And for this giant nerd over here, I've got Star Wars question, also ranging from easy to hard.
Pause. Do you want me to ask you first since
You're a
you did the
child.
jerseys first?
I kind of want to go first.
You go first then.
All right. I'm going to make a fool of myself during this. But first question. Is it Doku or Dooku?
Dooku.
Dooku? Okay. Yeah, that will show you my Star Wars
This is
knowledge.
going to be quick.
Who was Count Dooku's Jedi Master before he left the Order?
His apprentice was Qui-Gon Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
His master was Yoda.
Yeah. Nerd.
He turned because Qui-Gon died, and the Jedi Council did nothing about it.
Real.
Yeah.
I'm going to act like I knew
Crazy times.
that. Second question. What is the pod racer's name who competes against Anakin and cheats?
Well, there were multiple, but you're thinking of Saboba.
Yeah.
The Doug that everyone hates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saboba.
Just like I hate you.
That's an easy.
Last one. Notice how he's not fazed by these. I think that you are a loser who does nothing but watch Star Wars.
You and my girlfriend have a lot in common.
Last question.
Is this the hard?
This is the hard.
Feels hard.
It does. It's not that. What is Chancellor Palpatine's office number in the Senate?
Office number?
Office number.
Dude, I don't have his office number. I got his name. He's Sheev. He's from Naboo. I don't have his office number. Unless it's like a cute little thing that they did with Order 66 and it's 66. I have no idea. So I'm going to guess 66.
500 Republica.
500 Republica. Well, whoever wrote that question is a loser and a bigger loser than me. But no.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
That's a good one. All right. I accept that. So I'm 2 for 3.
I'm like very ready to go 0 for 3 on these, but
I think
let's
you
go.
got this. These are Marvel questions.
Okay.
We'll do the easy one first. What is the name of the intergalactic police force in Guardians of the Galaxy? What is the name of the intergalactic police force in Guardians of the Galaxy?
I don't think I have this.
Oh.
This is an easy question.
Then my apologies. It said this was easy. I did know it, so I thought you would know it.
Oh, that's good.
I also knew it after reading the answer and being like, I knew that.
It's all the like gold colored people, right? All the
No.
Oh, is that the
I haven't seen that movie, but that has
that's the second
that has
Guardians of the
Hiddleston in it, right? What's his name?
Galaxy. No.
The guy from The Bear season 2.
I didn't
That was
know.
an odd reference to give you.
It's from the first movie?
Yeah. Do you want a
Oh.
hint?
Sure. I don't think I'm going to get it.
I'm not going to give you the point.
Okay.
Nova.
I have no idea.
It's the Nova Corps.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get that.
Really
I'm
stupid
really
name. I'm
disappointed.
glad those bastards died. You ready for the second question?
Yeah, that first question went phenomenally.
Killmonger's real name.
Oh.
It
What
said-
are these
It
questions?
said it was medium. It said medium difficulty.
Is it Eric?
Yeah, it's Eric. Eric Stevens. What director thought Michael B. Jordan looked like an Eric Stevens? He's from Africa.
He used to be like a Black Ops mercenary, right?
Even so, I don't know a lot of Navy SEALs like, hey, Eric, do you mind helping me out over here? It just doesn't. Yeah, but no, great job.
Hey.
Nux on that one.
This last one will be
Peter Quill's father's name.
Ah, shit. Oh, it's Ego or Ego.
It's
Ego Waffle.
Well, Ego is my new favorite name.
Ego.
It's Ego. Ego, the living planet.
The planet, yeah.
You don't need a title like that.
They spend the whole second movie killing him.
That's like one of those email signatures that's too long. Just tell me your name, dude. I don't need your fucking address. All right.
So we tied.
So we tied.
I feel like we've been having a lot of ties lately.
We have. Do we want to do a tiebreaker?
I can't think of a random Marvel or a random Star Wars question.
I can't think of a random Marvel question.
Let's just end on a tie and both take a hot shot then.
I'd rather get shot. We're doing tiger sauce today. This has single-handedly ruined multiple weekends of mine.
Yeah, I'm afraid of it.
My doctor told me to stay away from it.
Your doctor tells you to stay away from a lot of things, and you...
He has a restraining order on me. That was way too much, so I'm going to share the well.
Nope. You're such a loser.
There we go.
You got to pour a little bit
I'm not going
more.
to give you more. Dude, this is mean. That was too much, too. Share it.
No, it's fine.
All right.
That is nothing.
Ben.
You got to go more than that.
No, look at how much it puddles.
You're such a loser.
Fans, the puddle factor. We all know the puddle factor. Clinkety dink. You're going to have to do the outro.
No, you can do it.
I can't do the outro with this.
Yes, you can.
All right, ready?
Clink, clink.
I need you to hype me up.
Yeah! It's a little sweet, honestly. I really like it. Are you dying now? I really like this. Can I take this home? Well, I think that's probably a good end for our episode 16. Bryce is probably going to spend the majority of tonight on the toilet, and we'll see you next week, guys. Thanks for watching. DCT.